Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and I'm absolutely honored to have this awesome individual back here in the studios of the Jose Quinones Memorial Studios, the Joe Panther Variety Show Studios. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside return to Sassy Bear Clarence. Welcome back, Sassy. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure as always.
Awesome, Sassy. So, I think it's been like two years since we've been.
Wow.
2 or 3 years, I think, right?
Wow. I mean, in this day and age, time fly by so fast. It's kind of hard to tell, really. So,
and I missed talking to you. I missed everything. I missed everything about you, Sassy. It's been like it's funny. Since we spoke, I actually started a podcast with my twin sister, and her alias name in the wrestling community, everybody started calling, no, not everybody, certain people, it was Sassy Chica. So and I was like,
God bless.
Yeah, you would love her. She's funny. She's a funny girl, tattooed everywhere, tattooed queen.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, Sassy. So what have you been up to lately within the wrestling world?
It's been an interesting year, actually. Like, been many debuts, many returns. Got a title victory over at DOA a few months ago, and that was holding their DOA Pandemonium Championship. So that was quite fun. So it's been a fun year, actually. I can't really complain.
Yeah, it's crazy to think within wrestling, like there's certain aspects of your career. So right now, where would you rank like everything that's happening in 2025 throughout your whole career you've had so far, Sassy?
Where would I rank it? Wow, that is a question. I mean, if honestly, it's always usually kind of hard to rank for me usually, because I think the fact that every year promotions reach out to me and kind of want me to be a part of their shows, it's always fantastic as always.
Yeah, sorry. Be reverb. Yes, Sassy will be right back. But yeah, welcome back, Sassy.
Thank you. No worries.
Yeah, so it's I don't know, I just find it amazing that with the via of the internet, I'm able to speak to you all in the UK. Like, I know last time I had you on by yourself, I think, and then you came on with your former tag team partner. Do you find it crazy?
Right, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys still work together, or is it like you guys not work together anymore?
Not as much, but we did actually have like a sort of a reunion tag match not that long ago for WrestleForce, and that was a lot of fun because it had been like a year since we last like tagged together, and it's just crazy to think that within a year we haven't like missed a step or anything. So it was kind of cool to just be able to like reunite again for so long.
Well, as much love to him. Tell him I'd say hey. Tell him Dudes at Ringside still around and still clashing and blashing. I don't know what that means, but
I'll let him know. That's not a problem.
Joe language. I have language of my own.
Fair enough.
People laugh at me at work. They're like, "Do you really think?" One girl actually thought, "Do you think you count yourself as famous?" And I'm like, and I kind of almost said something, and this girl came over my shoulder and interrupted my sentence, and I'm like, rude. She says, nowadays the YouTubers are technically the celebrities, the new celebrities.
I mean, I do get like a lot of comments from like people. Like, I always get like a lot of comments from like various fans all over the world, always asking, "Oh, when you're back here, when you're back there?" And unfortunately, I couldn't really give them the full answer because I don't even know when. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, sometimes it could be within the year, next month, next week. Who knows? Absolutely, who knows? But it's always nice to just give that support and just to know that fans, still look out for me and vice versa. And the support has always been fantastic.
Yeah. So where have you been wrestling within the UK? Sassy?
Within the UK, where I've been wrestling, so I've been wrestling for Falling Star Wrestling. They're sort of based around sort of the Norfolk area, as well as Big Top Wrestling. They're also sort of like based around sort of the Norfolk area as well. Been wrestling a few bit for Kingdom Wrestling. That's up in Bradford, up north. Got to do True Grit's Pride show back in July in Leeds. That was fun. Debuted for a new promotion in Barnsley, Super Pro Wrestling. That was also quite fun. Quite recently did a show for them last week, actually, and that was quite fun. I was meant to do one for Kingdom Wrestling, but I had to cancel because of COVID, which is a bitch, but it is what it is, really. And that's always like the one thing that usually saddens me, but there are valid reasons, and COVID's a very valid reason, because the last thing I want to do is go on a show with COVID and give it to everyone else. That's not cool. But like, so yeah, Super Pro Wrestling. Who else? DOA, like I previously mentioned. They're short for Dynamic Over the Top UK Wrestling. And as previously mentioned, I had won a championship for them quite a few years. Not a few years, a few months back, sorry. And that was quite cool. That was pretty fun. Got to be back on WrestleForce. That was also quite fun as well. And yeah, it's been pretty fun. You know, at least those promotions, you know, look out and always ask, you know, am I about, vice versa, and that's always quite fun.
We look like a tag team today. I didn't realize we're both wearing black t-shirts. Do I have to go grab my aviators out of my travel bag because I'm leaving to go to my sister's house tomorrow? Get back. No, just kidding. I actually have my black sunglasses in the.
Oh, nice.
So
Sweet.
I'm traveling to Viva Las Vegas on Tuesday with my twin sister. So.
Oh, cute. That'll be fun.
It's me and Sassy and Alyssa are traveling to Vegas. Yes.
Nice.
Have you ever been over here to the United States, Sassy?
No, I haven't, but it's been on my goals. It's been on my goals to even like just head over there, even just to catch up with friends, or even just to do a couple of wrestling shows over there as well. That would be quite fun.
I would love to see you come here, Sassy. And besides, that would be hilarious to take a picture with me, you, and my sister, and then take a picture with you and my sister, and have like the Star Wars, the Spider-Man, the Spider-Man pose.
Oh, they all point.
And then Sassy.
Yeah, I know exactly the one. Yeah.
Or just have a video going. She go, "I'm Sassy," and then have she go, "No, I'm Sassy. No, I'm Sassy," and I'm just like, "Just old Sassy." And I just walk away. Like,
nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out here. There's in New York, in Brooklyn, we have a lot of good ones in Brooklyn. There's a really good one in Staten Island. I always recommend people to Warriors of Wrestling. That's another good one.
Ooh, okay.
That's the ones out of Staten Island. They have a really good training school there.
Nice.
We got NYWC, which is in Long Island, New York, which at the time, Zack Ryder, he originally started out there.
Oh, Matt Cardona, yeah.
Matt Cardona and Kurt Hawkins, they started out there. A lot of bright stars have come out of the NYWC doors, like Cardona, Kurt Hawkins, MJF. Oh my gosh, just so many bright stars have come to there. Who's Zach? My friend Dave. It's like, who's that? I'm looking at his pop right now. Immediately I think of, I'm like, it's Zach. Like, I have a mini pop collection that I showed people, but it's like I have to reach over my laptop to go grab everything. I have like Ray, I got DiBiase, I got Paul Heyman, and I got Zack Ryder, and I got myself. Like, I have my own pop too.
Oh, nice.
Three. I technically my grandfather. I should have made this myself, just as me, just sitting there without a hat on and just bald. Like,
oh, they actually got the little cap and the glasses on point. Love it.
Yes, a girl from North Carolina, Tracy, she made it for me, and I absolutely, I love them. I stare at them, I smile. Even though one of them, the cap brim kind of like is peeling off because it's clay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, and I have my grandfather, which was a wrestler in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, nice.
My collection. He sits next to everybody would say Joe's like Mick Foley without all the injuries, because I have the faces of Joe, the nerd one and the wrestling one.
Nice.
Yeah. So, are there any wrestlers that you've been looking to work with within this year that you have not had a chance to like tussle with yet?
I'd say one wrestler in particular that I would have loved to have gotten a chance to work with. They basically came over to the UK for a couple of dates, but just never had the opportunity to. That would be Rhino.
Ooh,
Like Rhino, because a lot of like the wrestlers that I've like been inspired by and would love to like tussle with are usually like the big athletic big men kind of guys, and Rhino's definitely up there. And I was a little guy and I never got the opportunity to be in the ring with him, but from what I've heard, he's a sound guy and all that, and I would have just loved to have worked in the ring with him. 100%.
yeah, it's cool to be able to see and be around the people that gave the wrestling world its poof. You know what I mean? Like any of the guys from ECW, any of the guys from the 90s or the 80s or 90s that gave wrestling their life. You know, like to see them in person and be around them. Like I just saw that Sandman was in I guess New Jersey doing a show.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Cool.
I had an encounter with Sandman, but it wasn't. I don't know if he was intentionally doing this or not. I'm just gonna say I was standing up at the barricade, and he came at me like this, and I was like, at this moment, he realized he fucked up. Like I should never stood up. It's like, oh no, Dead Panther. I have 9 lives. It's okay. No, I lost one of my lives this past year because I did a promotion asked me to take a spot. And I was like, fine. I asked the guy, and I said, can I take a bump? And the guy was like, sure. And yeah, I lost half my lives, like Harry Brother style, accidentally. Wow. But it was cool. Do you think you've changed up your like your gear or your attire, Sassy Bear, like in your career, or do you think you've changed up, kept the same look so far?
It's very yes and no, because like the pink gear, that's always gonna like be with me till the day I die, pretty much, because that's usually like the look people think of whenever they think of Sassy by Clarence. Is they just see him come out with like the pink trunks, the pink knee pads, the purple pink fur on the boots and stuff like that, and that's usually to a lot of people that's like an iconic look to them. But over the years, I've kind of like experimented in like other styles because I didn't want to feel like very limited or sort of like sort of typecasted kind of thing. Just to like show promotions, you know, I can do this, I can do that. And that's kind of where the birth of the Smooth Operator, Sassy by Clarence, kind of came about, where he's like this very sort of like sleazeball of a person. He'll come out with literally like this. The best way I can describe it is, you know, when like the village people, and you usually have like the biker dude.
Yeah.
Of the village people. It's like that kind of look. So it's kind of like that sort of look where it's like, what's his deal? Is he there? Is he there? But I usually keep that as a complete mystery with the gimmick. But it's very much like a modern day Rick Rude is how I can best describe it. Is where
is he into dudes? Is he into chicks? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that kind of deal. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter because you're you and you have your own persona. Like,
oh yeah, of course.
What I say. Nowadays, it really doesn't matter what you're into as long as you know who you love and what you love, and everybody love is love here at Dudes at Ringside. We don't really 100%, care.
Yeah, of course.
We love this podcast has helped and showed love to everybody. People that are trans, people that are gay, people that are lesbians. I have my co-host on my Nerd Culture show. She's polyamorous, and I love her to death. She's one of my best friends on the internet. Rain.
That's cool.
Purple Rain. I love her. She's like my best friend.
Oh, so, that's nice.
She came out to me and I said, Rain, and it's okay. My brother and sister are gay. So it doesn't really matter.
Well, at the end of the day, we're all human. We're all just trying to like live a life.
Yeah.
That's how I've always viewed it. Like, if that's how you want to be, that is cool. 100%. All power to you.
I don't judge people. I love
Absolutely
everybody.
Not. Nah, of course not.
Yeah, I love everybody for who they are and not what they bring. You know, if you have that feeling in your heart that you have to be so rude and clash to people, don't be in the world where I am, or
No, of course
I'll
not.
walk away. Like you'll be gone. You'll be poof gone. Like,
Yeah,
but
100%, man.
I kind of you're gonna think this is great. If there's people out there in your wrestling world that want to I'm going to say this to the camera. If there's people out there in the wrestling world that want to disrespect people in the GLBT community, if you're a wrestler, don't work. Don't work because they're everywhere. It doesn't matter. They're people. They're people first, and they have feelings, and they do their thing, and they're getting paid money like you are. So mind your business. They're living their lives, living their best lives. You know. Yeah.
100% agree.
I just called out the world. I don't care. I'm not into bullshit. Like, yeah. So when it comes to here's my favorite question. I even added to my question list. So Sassy Bear, are you when you comes to packing the bag with your gear and your merch bag or bucket, whatever you grab, are you a last minute Lucy or are you an early bird?
So I tend to usually get everything packed like a day before the show because I like to be fairly organized. And one thing about me, I hate being late. Like if a promoter says, "Oh, I need you in for this time," I will literally plan a route that gives me much leeway. So even if I get there a little bit earlier than the allocated time they asked me to arrive, that's cool with me because I'm there. And I don't think there's really been a case where many promoters have complained to people being there early. They'll complain about them being there late, but they'll rarely say much about them being there early. But yeah, I usually tend to just get all my stuff packed in the case like a day before, and then when it's time to just hit the road, just grab the case, check the car, make sure there's like enough like oil, coolant, petrol, all that stuff.
Yeah, I find that if you're early for the show,
Mm-hmm.
then the other wrestlers will see that and be like, "Wow, I want to be like this guy and come earlier." You know what I mean? Like, there's people that show up at the venue like 5 minutes before the meeting, or they missed the wrestling meeting because they were like, they're lazy butts.
I mean, it's a bit of that. The only time I've ever really been late for a show, completely out of my power, and I mean, there was actually two cases. There was one case where the show I was booked in, this would have been about 2 years ago. So the show I was booked in was in Liverpool, and it was for, funny enough, it was actually for FE's Big Gay Brunch UK, the first time they did it in the UK. So I was booked in for that. But what I then found out while en route was they apparently booked it on the same day Eurovision was happening in Liverpool as well. So I was completely stuck behind all this traffic that was just Eurovision. And then there's just like me, like stuck in this traffic. And I've always tried to like, I think there was me and there was one of the other wrestlers that was in the car with me, Sky Smithson. Had she not been there, I probably would have just gone cuckoo in the car because I would have been driven mad from all this traffic and stuff like that. But thank God she was there. Sky Smithson, very underrated talent, really definitely one of my favorite women wrestlers on the UK scene currently. She's fan-fucking-tastic. Like,
who's this? Have I ever had her on the podcast before?
I don't know, but Sky Smithson is her name, but she's very incredible talent. Really like down to earth, lovely human being. And they currently run their own wrestling school in Essex, Cobra Academy or something like that, and that's been going pretty well. And I'm really happy for her because it's been something they've always wanted to do. It's like open up a sort of training school and help like train aspiring wrestlers into like the wrestling business. I've always wanted to be in that sort of situation where be sort of like qualified enough to then be considered wrestling training aspiring wrestlers. Like I do want it to get to that point, but I'll keep at it until that comes 100%. What's this? Lewis De Silva. Oh, you've only seen me once at True Grit this year. Nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it, buddy. It was a fun day. That
That's another good soul in the wrestling world. He
Mm.
I heard about him from LWF.
All right.
Yes. And then LWF has like pretty much they like took me in as family every time they sent me posters for the show, not physical, virtual posters to put on Instagram and to help me out. Since it's weird because back in the day, LWF would have been CPW for me, and CPW just disappeared on me. Now LWF has approached been like the big holder of me and helped me out and helped me get guests and so many people. You should try to go there one day, LWF. They're really good.
I'll definitely drop them a message to see if they've got anything left this year. If not, maybe some stuff next year.
Yeah, you just look up the LWF on Instagram.
I'll check that out. Yeah, 100%.
As I said, with the coming to the United States, the Lankadors came to the United States, wrestled at PPW, where I go to watch wrestling all the time. Oh. And I met them. I took pictures with them. I gave them my stickers. Sorry about that. Whoever wasn't at the show didn't come with them and missed it. You got a chance. Missed a chance getting a Dudes a Ringside sticker. That was the coolest moment ever. Giving to the UK. Didn't have to pay $430 something to send someone a sticker. I had to go, here you go, not like mail lady taking my thing and throwing it in the air and
get all the shipping details and just tracking the order.
Yeah, I have to send the tracking number. Lady stepped on envelope. Got it. But I seen they loved it. They were such good people. And then I couldn't really hang out with them at the end of the show because they had to travel to Atlanta, Georgia that same day. So
damn, that's such a hell of a travel.
From PA to Atlanta. That's like a 3-hour, 5-hour, 10-hour. I don't remember. I don't know. Oof. Do you ever feel that, like, looking back at your career in the beginning, Sassy, to now, do you think there's anything that from back then that you stopped doing within your matches that you would want to bring back? Any moves, anything like that?
I mean, to be honest, I think looking back, a lot of the stuff I did back then was just sort of like trying to like find my groove, find my mojo kind of thing for like the Sassy Ray Clarence gimmick. And I don't think I'd probably bring back anything from back then because the way I viewed back then was it's a learning curve for me. I mean, it's always going to be a learning curve, but even back then, it was just sort of like figuring out who I was and vice versa. Whereas now, I'm sort of comfortably in that position where, okay, I know who I am, I know what I can offer, and I know what I can do that will be perfect for, depending on, a lot of it is very dependent on the crowd. And that's how I usually always like plan my matches really, is to really understand what the audience is like, what they want to see, and stuff like that. There'll be like one audience that want to see me do a lot of the very sort of like very, very camp, very playful style where I'm essentially just like teasing the heel until he gets pissed off, gets aggressive, and then he realizes, oh crap, I've just angered the bear kind of thing. But then there's also like other crowds that just want to like boo me and just sort of like give me shit. But then I've noticed there's been like some crowds where, in a very sort of like rude fashion, there'll be like the guys that are like booing me, but then all the girls, they like swoon whenever because I got like these stripper pants that like pull off kind of thing. They're like the metal poppers on the side. Love the shit out of those. So whenever I basically come out, this is during my Smooth Operator gimmick, and I usually come out to Smooth Operator by Sassy, I think that's how it's pronounced. Smooth Operator. It's very
I love that song.
Yeah, very classic song from like 80s or something like that. But yeah, come back to that, and then the minute the chorus kicks, strip off the pants, and yeah, by that point, a lot of the girls are just like cheering and wooing, and just
and the guys are booing the hell out of you.
Yeah, the guys are just booing, thinking, "Oh, this guy, boo," and then the girls are just like very swoon at that sort of moment. But then there's been like a crowd recently, this is like Super Pro Wrestling in particular, is they just want to see me just kill guys. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Like, once I get an idea of what the crowd want, I'm like, okay, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah.
Have you thought of changing like I know people add like a hardcore style to their matches, or is it not that would never go there for you?
So hardcore I can do fine. I've explained this to many promoters where I say I can do hardcore. I just draw the line at death matches, and that's all. And I actually did create like my own sort of like gimmick match for that, where I pretty much christened it as a Sassy street fight, which is basically like a hardcore match, but a lot of the weapons are very akin to like my sort of gimmick kind of thing. So they'll be like, you'd expect, some people just expect like just chairs or stuff like that. That would be just like a pink glittery chair with the bear paw print on it, stuff like that. There'd be like if I have a bow and a cowboy hat to wear while beating the guy up. Weapons could range from like confetti cannons to like silly string sprays. There was even like a cake that someone made where it literally said, "Let's get sassy." And I think what I literally did during this match was I took a little bite out of it just to see what it tastes like. I'm like, okay, this is actually quite good. And then there came like a spot where guy went to clothesline me. I put it on the apron, ducked, back suplexed him onto the apron, and then basically got a good camera view of the cake afterwards. And then while he was like on his knees, I just threw the cake at his face. It's just like ways to just change it up a bit, so it's not like the same old copy paste kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, so I could easily do like hardcore matches, and the Sassy Street Fight in particular, I've done about 3 times within the span of, ironically, 3 years. So for each year, there's been like a Sassy Street Fight. It wasn't just for like one promotion; it was like 3 different promotions.
Wow.
In fact, it was a Sassy Street Fight to where I won the DOA Pandemonium Championship, and that was quite fun. And yeah, it's just one of those things where, you know, I've always liked, the kind of hardcore wrestling I've always liked, the ones where you can be inventive and just create like, you know, moments around the weapon instead of it just being a case like grab weapon A, twat, weapon B, hit, weapon C. It gets boring after a while. Whereas I like to just create like moments and like sort of like moments like that, like around weapons. Like there'd be a case of like, oh, it's basically a spot where I've gone for a moonsault. However, it's the case of the guy's on a weapon, he moves out of the way, bosh, stuff like that. Or if I'm just like doing a power bomb, there's a table there, or whichever, stuff like that. But it's like fun. In fact, funniest one I remember was it was for Championship Extreme Wrestling. Sorry. They're doing really well, CXWR, actually, because they've just opened up their own training school this year as like a separate brand. So they're getting like a lot of like trainees in. They've already got like a good roster of trainees for there as well. And the guy in charge of that, he's going to get in contact with me definitely about dates for next year. It's just he's had so much going on this year. He's just been drowning in just like requests. He's just not really. Yeah, he gets like very busy. Like I think recently he had Rhino over for one of his more sort of like extreme shows for like a match, and he also had you might have heard of her, Mickey Knuckles.
Oh, I know Mickey. I talked to her.
Yeah, she actually came over and did a few dates for the UK as well, which was pretty cool. Sadly, I was booked elsewhere that she was booked on, which it's a common thing that kind of happens. It's like, oh, there's this show going on, but I'm elsewhere. So I was like, crap.
You would love her. That Southern accent, that way she's the fast talking country girl. She is funny as hell. She did the interview with me like last year, the year before that.
Nice.
And she was in her car in a field at a deathmatch show.
Oh wow.
And her phone overheated and crashed.
Oh, that's a shame.
We didn't get to the whole end of the interview, but we did do the interview. It's on YouTube. If you want to go back and watch it, I could find it and I'll send it to you. She was so awesome. Yeah. So awesome, so sweet. I was pissed at the camera. Her phone overheated.
It's just one of those things.
Just a virtual selfie at the end of the interview. I was so mad.
It's just one of those things happen. But yeah, like I would love to do like a few more like hardcore matches. Definitely.
Yeah, awesome. I as me being a huge foodie, what would you say would be like your favorite foods? I don't know if we talked about that last time. I can't remember what we talked about.
if I'll be honest, pizza's always like a big one for me.
Okay.
Like whether it be like just the traditional like margarita, cheese and tomato, or whether it's just like the case of put all the meat on there. I'm a big fan of like meat feast pizzas. Well, it'd be like whether it's pepperoni or stuff like there's one I've tried which is really like meat heavy. Like you get your pepperoni, you get your cheese and tomato, but then it's like the options of like you can add like some beef on there, you can add like some ham, some spicy sausage, and I also love the fact they also include meatballs on there, and it's like that's the deal for me. So yeah, anything like margarita, meat feast pizza, definitely up there for me.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It really
I
is.
love meat lovers. I love chicken bacon ranch pie. But I'm in Brooklyn. Of course, you got to go to traditional pepperoni pizza. Well done.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you've seen that lately. They've been having like spicy honey and put it across the pepperoni.
That does sound interesting.
That's like a new thing they've been doing with pepperoni pizza. I'm like, pepperoni's already spicy as it is. Like, you go to certain places, we got traditional spicy pepperonis.
Yeah, and even like spicy food, I don't mind, but pepperoni's that nice sort of like medium for me, where I feel the kick and it tastes nice, but it's not gonna like put me in the hospital or anything like that, which I have seen for some people, especially when it's like the really spicy stuff to the point where they're literally just like panicking for like a glass of milk and stuff like that, and just like
yeah. And
like,
there's other slices. I like the grandma pizza, the graffiti. That's another one that's popular nowadays. Graffiti. It's like like a Sunday sauce, like a pinkish sauce. That one's good.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to look that up. I don't know if they do that. Well, they probably do the same type of pizzas as they do in the UK. So as they do in the States.
Yeah.
But definitely, if you ever come to New York, you have to come to Brooklyn and go get pizza. Like,
yeah, I'll definitely be up for that. Easy.
I'll have to get my sister to send me all the best pizza places in Brooklyn, so she could be like, he's not going. If his name's Sassy, he's not going anywhere bad. Like, I'll meet him. That's what Angela said. I'll meet him.
Nice.
My sister's also a personal trainer at a gym. So
sweet.
Mm-hmm. Orange Theory. Shout out to Orange Theory in New York.
That's fucking awesome, man.
They're having New Jersey. They have them all over. Like New York. That Spanish accent came out. New York. That Spanish side of me trying to talk. New York. Practicing. I'm gonna be in New York in like a day. So,
all right. Gotcha.
Yes. So as we close this out, Sassy, if my fans want to pick up any merch of yours and want to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
Oh, to be honest, there's been plenty of places I've been active on in social media. So you can follow me on Instagram as well as X, Twitter, whatever the hell it's called nowadays. You can follow me on there under @Clarence Sassy. You can find me there. You can also find me on TikTok as Sassy Bear Clarence. You can also find me on Facebook as Sassy Bear Clarence. And something I've done recently, which I'm so glad I did, is I actually have linked like a load of my matches onto my YouTube account, which is under Sassy Bear Clarence. There's like this whole playlist of just like all matches, including Sassy Bear Clarence, is on there. Just so I tend to just do it as like an easy way for not just like fans and just people curious to watch, but also I feel like it's like an easy thing just to like give to promoters as well. Be like, hey, whenever you got time, here's a playlist.
Yeah, just send me your. I don't think I subscribed to your channel, Sassy. You gotta, when we're done and back on the Instagrams, definitely send me the link.
I'll hook you up with a link easily afterwards. Don't you worry.
Tell your friend that you were talking about Dudes at Ringside. I would love to interview her and bring her on here one day.
Oh, Sky Smithson, yeah, absolutely. I'll give her a holler and just say, hey, these guys would be interested in doing like a podcast interview. Just
that'd be fun.
Arrange like a time, a date.
Yeah,
whichever.
And you could even join her if she feels like she can't be by herself with the Panther. I don't know. I don't know why I got that.
I'll leave that with her. That'll be fine.
I like that. Like some people are like, can I bring my friend? And I'm like, so you're with me. You understand? I am just one of those funny doofy guys. Just funny and doofy. That's me. But Sassy, again, I want to thank you so much for coming back on Dudes at Ringside. Hope all is well. Hope you feel better. Do you have any upcoming shows that when you're back up and running?
Actually, yes. It's a good thing you asked. I've actually, excuse me, I just finished eating a bit of garlic bread now.
Oh boy.
So I'm kind of in that. You caught me at a time where literally just I've just been having this plate of food, so I'm like, I'm going to try and eat as much as I can as I do, but it's fine. Yes, I do actually have like a lot of shows coming up at the end of this year, which I am looking forward to a lot. So a good thing I've always done is always kept like a diary to just keep me on track, because with so many shows coming up, there's a good chance my brain will just fart and just forget.
You'll do like me and forget I had an episode. I'm watching TV, watching another period that was on. I'm just going. I accidentally turn the notifications off on Instagram, so I'll go like I have to manually click the Instagram logo, and then you'll see the new thing they have on Instagram that the message bar is now on the bottom.
Nice.
I don't like that. That's weird. It looks like the original Instagram.
Yeah, that is a bit weird.
I like the little thing in the corner. I'm like, where'd it go?
Yeah.
But yeah, what are these shows you got up? So if anybody,
so shows I got coming up. So I've got two for Falling Star Wrestling. So one's on November 15th, and that is at the Wesleyan Sports and Social Club in Wesleyan in Norfolk. So that's November 15th. The other, funny enough, is actually a day before my birthday, which is kind of cool.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But like, it's probably our biggest show for Falling Star Wrestling. So the show's called Final Countdown, and it's at the Alive Lynn Sport in Wesleyan, Norfolk. So that I'm looking forward to. Big show, and like I said, day before my birthday, so looking forward to that as well. I've got one coming up for another promotion I had debuted this year, actually, and they've consistently kept bringing me back. They're based in Newcastle, Wrestling with Pride. They're a very LGBT friendly promotion, but they're ones where they're like, we ain't just gonna like limit it to just like one time when Pride's around. We're just gonna like celebrate the inclusive like all year round. And I'm like, that's cool. So I'm back with them on November 29th, and I'll be in a singles match against one of their guys, Ewan G. Mackey. So that's going to be a fun one. And, I also got one November 21st, and that's with Big Top Wrestling. In fact, the guy running that, he contacted me a couple of months back, asked if I was available, and I'm like, heck yeah. And it was at the Holt Community Center in Holt, which is in the Norfolk area. So I've got those shows coming up. I may get a few more added in December, but we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah. So, like, another question before we go. Would you ever be willing to do an intergender match?
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Like, I've done plenty over my 6 years wrestling career. Like, I think my first one I actually ever had is, you might have heard of her, Shauna Reed.
Oh, I know Shauna Reed, yeah.
Yeah, so I had my first intergender match was with her, and I had a lot of fun with it. We just both like gelled really well and just got to like knowing each other pretty well through that. But yeah, I'm all for intergender wrestling matches. I've never been like one of those people that has like an issue with it or anything like that, because the way I see it is, and you can stop me if I'm wrong, I don't really view people as like genders. The way I've kind of always viewed it is, you're a wrestler, you know how to perform in the crowd, you know how to work. I assume a wrestler that performs in the crowd that knows how to work. We can work out a cool little story in the ring, whichever.
Yeah, I just said intergender because that's like the norms of wrestling all want you to say intergender match. Not when men versus women are just like you versus Shauna Reed, or like you versus Kiara, or you versus Alfie. It'd just be man versus woman, and it's like, come on, guys. They're people.
Yeah, Kiara's another one, actually. I do remember, and she was great as well, actually.
Love her. If it wasn't for her, I would never be talking to you right now, because she's literally she's literally my pink satellite dish that helped me open up the independent wrestling scene, not just to the American people. You guys all just came out in your little awesome spaceships and came down came to my world.
Oh, nice.
The American wrestling scene for me, because my mom now asks me, like, what country are you talking to this week? And I'm like, oh, England again. Oh, England loves you. Like, yeah.
I mean, you'd be surprised at just how big of it's a relatively big scene in the UK.
Oh yeah, I spoke to someone in Russia. They said wrestling is really not big. Independent wrestling or just wrestling in general, not really that big over there in the UK in Russia. Like a wrestler told me that.
Yeah.
And wow.
Like there is just some countries where wrestling's just not that big. Like Russia's one, Portugal's another one. Like I know there's a place there, and there's a wrestler I know from Portugal that wrestles for that promotion, but that's literally it in Portugal, and it's crazy.
So Sassy, I want to thank you so much for coming back on the podcast. I am Joe Panther III,
and I'm Sassy by Clarence,
and we will catch you in the next one.